Well, it's not my raw, but Ripley always had a handful of safe houses. I suppose the fact that he has one on a derelict space station shouldn't surprise me. Bring us in, Z.
I have been able to determine that there are 13 life forms inside, but only 3 of them appear to be conscious.
Just Ripley and a couple of guards, I'm guessing. With Angus and Renegade's former crew all dead, that must have made a significant dent in his numbers. And knowing him, he wouldn't bring anyone to this safe house unless absolutely necessary. He doesn't care about his people that much.
Then who are the others I'm detecting?
I'm hoping one of them is Renegade. As for the rest, well, while the message Ripley had Kajani send was fake, I am certain that the part about him injecting his recruits with the serum was part of his actual plan. Since this is still in the testing phase, those other life forms are likely teenage recruits, impressionable, ready to do Ripley's bidding without question, and not a great loss to him if they die in the process. I'm going in.
You should wait for the backup that the Senator sent with us.
Not a chance. Enough time has been wasted already.
Then please leave me on comms so that I can be aware of what is happening.
All right. But if this goes sideways, get out of here. Ripley already has Renegade. I can't stomach the thought of him having you two.
Captain, I...
Promise me, Z. If I tell you to go, go.
I promise.
Thank you. Well, no welcoming party. It doesn't seem like he cares that I'm here.
I am grateful that I cannot experience unease, for I would most certainly be feeling it now.
I'll feel it for the both of us. How's Renegade doing? Any change?
As I shared with you 6 hours ago, they experienced less than 2 minutes of consciousness, highlighted by intense physical stress, most likely a struggle, followed by a deep sleeping state. Since that time, there has been no change. Unfortunately, the biomonitor tracking is only good on a large scale and can't pinpoint where exactly in this station they are being held. Once you are closer, I will be able to get more detailed readings.
They're here somewhere, Z, and I'm going to find them.
What are you seeing now?
It's a medical facility of some kind. There are people in these beds, but they're strapped in. This looks like the Gengo. This one's almost dead.
Is there anyone you recognize?
No. They've got an ACE's tattoo, though. They're so young. Probably were just a kid when I left. Renegade isn't here, though, and this complex doesn't have any holding cells, so Ripley must have them in the living quarters.
Scans indicate there is a hallway to your left. A room at the end of the hall has a single life form inside.
I'll check. It needs a PIN code.
Compiling most likely codes.
No need, I've got it. It's the same passcode he had to his safe when I was a kid. I cracked it open and took back something he'd confiscated.
What did he take?
Something that belonged to Renegade. I stole it back.
Did Ripley find out that it was missing?
Oh yeah, he found out. I still have the scar from when he did.
Then he knows that this PIN code is no longer secure.
Mm-hmm.
That means this is most certainly a trap, Captain.
I know, and I don't care, Z. I'm getting Renegade out of here, at any cost.
I will continue doing scans and planning an effective exit route. You will need to be wary.
I always am. Renegade. What has he done to you?
Aside from the biomonitor indicating that Renegade is asleep, I cannot discern what is wrong.
They're restrained in a chair. Tubes everywhere. They don't look good, Z. Ripley must have used the serum on them, too. Renegade. Renegade, can you hear me?
Their heart rate has slightly elevated, Captain. Keep talking to them.
Hey, I'm here. Open your eyes. Please, please open your eyes. Hey, it's me. Shh, I've got you. I'm going to get you out of here. I know he used the serum on you. You're going to be all right, though. Screw the numbers. You're going to make it. You've got to. Z, status.
Renegade is running a high fever, has an elevated heart rate and blood pressure, and appears to be experiencing some respiratory distress. However, there is no way for me to tell whether the danger has passed or whether further changes have yet to happen.
They've got the rash, too. It usually takes a lot longer to show up, but somehow the symptoms have started early. What? No, I'm not leaving you trapped in here. If this turns you into some kind of mindless killing machine, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But that kind of aggression isn't a common side effect of the serum, at least not what we've seen so far, and... How much did he use on you?
Tripling the original dose has not been done yet, according to our knowledge. There is no way of telling what might...
I don't care. They're coming with me.
I am sending instructions to the Senator's team to provide support now that we've landed.
Thank you, Z. Make sure they know that Renegade and all of those kids will need medical help, and quickly.
Yes, Captain.
What? No. No goodbyes. None of that. Stop it. I know how you feel, okay? I love you too. And we're going to get plenty of chances to show each other, okay?
Oh, Andie, why the crocodile tears?
Ripley.
Well, that was rude. Those were my best guards. At least the best out of what was left, following your annoying victory over Angus. I see you've become an even better shot than you were a decade ago.
Let me retrieve my weapon, and I'd be happy to let you experience my marksmanship firsthand. I think you'd make a perfect target.
You are still the most persistent person I've ever met. I really should have kept you around instead of this rebel. If I had made only one decision differently, you and I would likely be running Centaurus and half the damn sector by now.
You and I? What are you talking about?
Didn't they tell you? Oh. Oh, they really didn't share that detail with you. Let me guess. You're still under the impression that they ratted you out, leading to your arrest.
That's what happened, yeah. But all's forgiven. We've moved past it.
Aren't you going to tell her, Renegade? No? Well, luckily for you. I love telling stories.
Get on with it, Ripley.
Your beloved didn't rat you out. They took you out of the equation entirely, to put you out of harm's way.
What?
We owed a debt to the Emerald Sons. I botched a deal, and blood was owed in repayment. Specifically, mine. After days of bartering and bargaining with their leader, she finally agreed on a price. My life, for the loyalty and ownership of my best recruit. At the time, I had 2 candidates for that title. I chose you.
You were gonna sell me to bail yourself out? To the fucking Emerald Sons? You know what they do to their recruits.
Business is business, Andie.
Don't give me that shit. Every member of the Sons went through shit that makes me sick to think about, and that's coming from someone who was raised by the Aces. You were going to just give me to them to cover up your mistake. What about you never turn your back on family? Did you forget that part?
Evidently, our friend here didn't. When they found out about my plans, they called in an anonymous tip that a smuggling deal was going down, and the seller you were supposed to meet was actually the leader of the Sons, who was trying to pick you up in person to make sure I wasn't trying to trick her. In one move, this clever creature managed to not only kill off the Sun's biggest player, but also get you off-world and permanently out of my grasp. They told me it was a simple matter of jealousy, that they were trying to get you out of the picture so that they would be rid of the competition. I believed them. Not only was I glad to be free of my debt, but it led to the Aces absorbing what was left of the Suns and increasing my reach and power more quickly than I could have imagined. It gave me a thrill that one of my own could be so cold, so cutthroat. At the time I was proud. I made them my right hand. Of course, after they betrayed me last month, I began to question just how deep the deception ran. I looked through all their personal effects and found a message they'd never sent to you, detailing the pathetic truth.
Renegade? Is that true? Why didn't you tell me? Why did you let me spend all of that time hating you?
Isn't it obvious? They didn't want you coming back to Centaurus City. Didn't want to put you in my path again. In fact, they made an effort to hide you from me. I suspected some communications were getting lost, but I could never confirm it. Until recently. It's almost sweet, really, the way they'd rather be hated by you, even completely isolated from you, than see you hurt. But all of that sentimental sacrifice doesn't matter now. I ended up with both of you in my possession anyway.
What are you going to do to them?
They're a serviceable lab rat for now. If they die, we'll have some adjustments made and use the new and improved version on you. If they live, which is the more likely scenario, well, I'll have my own creation, a super soldier, capable of fulfilling my every order. It won't be long before I am able to make more like them and secure a position of influence for myself. No more will I wallow in the scum of the inner city, wasting money on pathetic orphans who will die unceremoniously in a black alley somewhere. Instead, I'll be a man of power who commands respect, regardless of how that respect is won. And when I am certain of the long-term effects of the serum, well, I'll use it on myself.
They'll never help you. Renegade is better than you in every way. They'd never act on your whims.
They will. They will, because I'll have you in my care, and they'll know full well the consequences of disappointing me. It would be a shame to lose your precious Andie so soon, after you've finally admitted your feelings to one another. Don't you think? And you'll play along, Andie, or I'll set my sights on them and make sure they suffer.
We've both been your puppets long enough, Ripley. Don't you dare think for a moment that we'll do it again.
I heard reports that Angus shot you. But it wasn't you he was aiming for, was it? Painful, isn't it? Must not be healed all the way.
Renegade, I'm arranging for an assist from the Senator's tactical team, but it will be about 2 minutes longer. I am seeing a rapid increase in your muscle mass and improved readings from all of your vitals, as well as intense strain. Are you attempting to break your restraints to assist the captain? I know you can do this, Renegade.
How did you? Those bindings were supposed to be able to hold you.
You wanted a super soldier. You've got one.
No. No, no. Don't forget who fed and clothed you, who raised you.
They're done talking, Ripley. We both are. You only raised us for your own selfish motives. You didn't care about us as more than a means to an end.
I'm the one who made you into what you are today.
We made ourselves into who we are. We made our own fate. And now you've made yours. I'll be fine. This was supposed to be a rescue. I guess you'll be the one carrying me out of here, huh? Careful. No, it's okay. I'm going to be quite bruised for a while, but I'll be okay. Are you sure he's down for the count? Good. I agree. It's best if we let the law handle him. We're not the only ones who are wronged by him. I'm sure there's a galaxy waiting to serve him justice. No. Just because you got turned into something you didn't choose doesn't mean you're a bad person. You're not even his creation. You're nothing like him. I know because just now you had a choice to take revenge on the person who has wronged you the most. And instead of taking it, you rushed over here to hold me instead.
Captain, the Senator's forces will be with you in less than 30 seconds.
Good timing. Do you think we'll get whatever bounty is on Ripley's head?
I certainly hope so. I have been considering some new technology as an upgrade.
And no AI has ever earned it more, Z. Let's make our way back to the ship.